can't believe the slop you make tastes so good. It's been 3 weeks and I'm not even tired of it. Fine, I'll stop calling it slop. But if you had seen the food I have had in the Great Hall and the local taverns, you'd be calling this slop too. But I have to admit, this does taste better than most of what I've had. What? I didn't say anything. Anyways, it can't just be the vegetables or the special seasoning or succulent meat that you have in here. It's gotta be something else. There has to be something more. If you had said that to the head chef, he'd spit you like a prize pig. And it's Sir Roland Herbalist. Don't you forget your place, nor mine. Right, and I won't forget that I'm the guest and you're the host, who has been so graciously attending to my wounds and feeding my hungry belly. I'll be forever in your debt, dear Herbalist. And now, if you don't mind, I'm ready for bed. So, if you could pull the blanket up, I'd really appreciate it. And fluff up my pillow, too. It's a little flat. Excuse me? How dare you? I've suffered a serious head injury, and you want to make it worse. Maybe you want me to stay longer. No, I don't want to stay any longer than I have to. Being in your company is grueling enough, more so than my broken leg and arm. Look, I'm sorry. I can't help it with those nightmares. I'm sick of them too, for your information. They're nothing but a nuisance. No, I don't want to talk about them. I'm sure they'll go away on their own in no time. I don't want to talk about the dire wolf either. It's already done a fine job of destroying my body. I won't let it destroy my mind as well. Leave it alone already. What part of leave it alone do you not understand? I don't want to talk about it, and that is final. Don't you dare mention my friends. They're gone, and talking about it will not fix it nor bring them back. When I say I don't want to talk about it, I don't want to talk about it. Do you understand, peasant? Fine. Do you understand, Herbalist? Good. Now, good night. No. This can't be happening. I can't do anything. No. Don't touch them. Don't touch them. Get away from them. I'll kill you. I'll kill you! Oh. God damn it all. No, I don't need any help. I can get up and back into bed myself. Damn it. Yes, I know a knight isn't supposed to swear, but I think the gods will give me a little exception in this case. Don't just sit there gawking. Help me up already. Thank you, Herbalist. Now, leave me be. Are you daft? I said I don't want to talk about it, so stop badgering me. Why can't you just let this go? Come on, it's not going to do anything. Talking about it won't help, and it certainly won't bring them back. They're dead and gone, and I couldn't stop it. I shouldn't have survived. I should have died with them. You really think opening up will help? That it'll stop the nightmares? I just have to be brave, huh? Very well. Let's get this over with. Help me sit up, will you? You can sit on the bed. Might as well get comfortable since I don't know how long this will take. All right. We were sent by King Harold to search the woods for a giant direwolf that had been attacking nearby villages. When the attacks began, not much was done, since the most the wolf did was target the flocks of sheep. Then it began targeting cattle. When it had its fill of the cattle, it moved on to the young shepherds and peasants who worked the farms. No one would believe them when the survivors and witnesses claimed that this wolf was beyond ordinary. The nobility brushed off the attacks as nothing more than collateral damage, something to be expected when minding the flocks. It wasn't until the direwolf slaughtered a noble son's entire hunting party that the threat was taken seriously. From what we were told, hunters tried their hand at bringing down the beast first. Let's just say it did not end well. They had assumed it was a pack of wolves, not just a lone beast, and they prepared as such. None survived. The second group, this time the best hunters in the kingdoms, fell to the jaws of this creature. Do I have to keep going? Please, can we stop? All right. I'll keep going. It was only after the second hunting party failed that we were summoned by the king. We were told that after every brutal attack, the monster fled into the king's woods, so we were to start our search there. It was me and my friends, William, Henry, Cole, Elias, Gareth. All of us grew up together in our noble houses. As the first sons, we were trained to become knights and to eventually serve under the king. We sparred together, completed missions together, fought in battles together. They weren't just my friends, but my brothers. What's with that look? They were more family than those who were by blood. I don't expect you to understand that, seeing as you're out here all by yourself. Unless you did have family once. You're not going to take a turn to talk? Fine. I'll keep going. Well, we had been traveling through the King's Woods for a couple days, for a week overall. The hunting path we were on led us to an open meadow. We figured we'd set up a camp before starting the hunt for the beast. But to be honest, I don't think there was any way for us to be prepared for what would find us. It was so eerie at first. After we dismounted our horses, the forest suddenly grew silent. The sun was no longer shining. Gray clouds rolled in, snuffing out its warm rays. There were no birds chirping or flying in the air, no buzzing insects, no chattering creatures. All we could feel in the air was dread. It was there. We turned to where we heard the terrifying howl. Hiding in the dark shadows of the trees, we saw its eyes glowing blood red, staring back at us. We were frozen. The eyes were too big and set too high up for a normal wolf. Even the dire wolves I had heard of would be dwarfed by this monster. The wolf slowly made its way out into the open. You could feel the ground shake with each step of its huge paws. Its looming form stood taller than my steed. I dared not move, but glancing at my brothers, I could see they were just as afraid as I was. I felt its cold touch trickle down my back. Could you please just hold my hand? Please, Herbalist. I just really need. Thank you. Before we could react, it launched itself towards the closest one of us. Cole never stood a chance. He hadn't even drawn his sword from its sheath before the monster was upon. It pinned him to the ground and ripped out his throat before he even had a chance to scream. The horses fled into the woods as it moved on William next. He at least had his sword drawn. He tried to slice into the direwolf's side, but all he succeeded in doing was pissing it off. William screamed. It ripped out his arm. It just continued tearing him to shreds as he fell to the ground. Elias tried to help him by cutting into the beast's hindquarters, but nothing could stop it from killing William. It's as if it couldn't feel the pain of its own wounds. And then it came for me. I tried to land a blow on its chest, but I stumbled and fell forward. The creature leapt over me and sunk its teeth into my sword arm. I was trying to rip it off, like William's arm. Elias, Gareth, Henry rushed to my aid. Tried to drag me by my leg towards the woods. I couldn't stop screaming. I could feel my leg snapping as its fangs crushed the plate armor. It must have lost interest in me. It gripped my leg tighter and flung me into the air. I must have collided with the nearby tree. My head crashed into the trunk, and I lost consciousness. I don't know how long I was out. It must have been a few hours. For when I came to, everyone was dead. My friends lay scattered across the meadow, their bodies broken and shredded. And the poor squires fared no better. They were just kids. Most were no older than 15, and they had suffered the same terrible fate as my friends. God, it hurt so much. I should have protected them. I should have been stronger against that monster. Henry, Elias, and Gareth tried to save me. And they're dead because I couldn't keep my footing. I could have struck the killing blow if I hadn't failed. I am a failure as a royal knight. I should have died alongside them. I shouldn't have survived. I failed my king. I should be dead. Stop. Stop what? You know I'm not wrong. I failed my duty as a royal knight, as a protector of the kingdom, as a servant to King Harold. Oh, really? There's a reason I survived? Well, you little ray of sunshine, tell me exactly why I'm still sitting here, breathing, healing, while the others are decaying in that god-forsaken meadow. Avenge them? With what and how exactly, Herbalist? That thing took down 6 knights in armor, with swords, with ease. We didn't stand a chance. And what right do you have telling me I have to go after the beast? Because it's what you would do. Ha! Oh, really? As far as I know, you've been living alone in the King's Woods. Illegally, I might add. For God knows how long, by yourself. What makes you think you can even understand how I feel? You had a mother. She was all you had. Until someone took her away from you. She sacrificed herself so you could live. And every day you've been working towards avenging her. And honoring her memory. You practice what she taught you about herbalism, hunting and surviving, after escaping to the King's Woods to hide. I'm sorry, Herbalist. It was wrong of me to lash out like that and assume that I know better. Especially when you've been such a kind and generous host. You fed me, healed me, comforted me, when I didn't deserve it. I'm ashamed of how I've behaved. This is not how a royal knight should be. I hope you can forgive me for how I've acted. How can you be so kind? After all that I've done, I've been so condescending and mean. How could I deserve your kindness? By going back to bed and actually resting. Is that right now? Well then, I shall do as I'm told as your patient and go back to sleep. Herbalist. It's nothing. Never mind. Good night. Well, look who finally shows up. Where have you been all day? Of course I got your note. I'm surprised you can actually read and write. I mean, you're a peasant after all. You can't blame me for assuming. All your note says is, please don't be worried. I will be gone for most of the day, but will return in the afternoon. I've left food and additional poultices to change for your old ones. How do I respond to that? Waking up from our little talk last night to seeing your bed empty. It scared me half to death. What could be so important that you left your patient unattended for hours on end? I could have developed a fever. I could have fallen and broken my bones again. It seems pretty negligent for a healer. Those aren't... It can't be. You found them all. These are my comrades' swords. How did you get them? I ran here completely delirious with no memory on how to get back to where I came from. You couldn't have known where it happened. Oh, of course. You've lived here for 5 years. You'd know the whole forest like the back of your hand. Thank you. Thank you so much, Herbalist. You are right. Now that I have the swords of my comrades, their families will be able to honorably lay them to rest. Thank you. I should have thanked you last night, so I'll thank you again now. You have given me a great gift, and I don't know how I could ever repay you. You would do that too. You'd help me hunt that monster. But it's insanely dangerous. And there's no guarantee you nor I could take down that giant direwolf. Well, yeah. I guess you're right. It's not exactly safe here with that thing roaming around. You're sure you can come up with something? All right. I believe you. Can I ask? May I have? Oh, you need to go check the traps for dinner. You'll be back soon? Very well. I'll be here. I just need a moment.